Hi, it's Amanda the Nail Polish Hound. Welcome to another of my destash videos. Today I'm moving on to my purples, and I love purple nail polish and I've got an awful lot of it. So we're starting off with the very light blue purple colours. Not sure if these are considered more purple than blue, but we're going to start here anyway. So some of these polishes I had already included in my blues, but they looked more purpley blue when they're compared to the other blues, so I've put them into this comparison as well. And the first one here is by Barry M, and it's called Eat My Dust. And you can see it's got that sort of purplish tinge to it, especially at the bottom of the bottle. It is very, very pale, and I have decided that I'm going to let this one go. Next we've got this Sinful Colours, and this one was from the Kylie Trend Matters collection, and it is called Trend Matters Angel. It's got a tiny bit of a shimmer in it, but it's so little that I've put it with my creme polishes. This is what that one looks like on the swatch wheel. I do like this one, especially with that tiny little bit of shimmer in it. It's a bit different, so I'm going to keep this. Next we've got this PS Gel Effect, which is a Primark polish. This was gifted to me by George, and it is called Eggshell. This one's really pretty, and it does have actually a really good formula to it. Still really light, but now we're moving into polishes that are more definitely purple toned, so I'm going to be keeping this one. Next, we've got a classic SE. Again, you can see that you've got that purple tinge in it where it's separated a little bit in the bottle. And this one is Salt Water Happy. It is an older SE though, so it does suffer from a poorer formula. This is what that one looks like on the nail. It is looking a lot more blue on camera than it does in person. In person it looks very similar to the one before the last one, and I'm going to let this one go. And all of the purples in this video are on the more blue tone scale. I've got a whole other video coming up on the more pink toned ones. So going a little bit darker in shade now. And these first two are kind of more periwinkle in colour, and the first one here is by Nails Inc. And this one's called Soul Surfing. That's what this one looks like on the nail wheel. I do love this, and it's got a really good formula, so this one is staying. It is quite similar to the next one that's coming up. And this one is a China Glaze. Although quite similar in the bottle, when you swatch it on the wheel it is considerably darker. Definitely not a dupe, so I'm going to be keeping this one as well. And then we have another China Glaze, and this one is called Lavender. I like this one a lot, so I'm going to be keeping it. Next we've got this Cuccio colour. This one is called Jamaica Me Crazy. This one really suits me. A little bit darker shade and more purple toned. A little less blue this one, and this one is staying. These last two again in the bottle look quite similar. The essence has separated a little bit. And the first one is an SE, and this one is called Sweet Retreat. That's what this one looks like on the swatch wheel, and I'm going to be keeping it. I really like this shade. Then we have this essence, which is suffering from a little bit of ugly bottle syndrome. It's called Creating Memories, and that's what it looks like. So a lot less blue than it looks in the bottle, more like the colour that's near the top of the bottle there where it's separated a little bit. And I'm going to be keeping this one as well. In this next little grouping we have got two groups of two that look quite similar, and the Zoya in the middle. I'm not quite sure what this is doing in my purples collection. It definitely looks more grey. And this is another classic SE. It's called Lilacism. That's what it looks like on the swatch wheel. It's actually quite similar to some of the lighter ones in the first selection, so I'm going to let this one go. And next we've got A bottle of polish that I have actually used up a full bottle of. I really love this colour, and I have got a backup bottle as well. That's what this one looks like on the swatch wheel, and I'm going to be keeping it. Then we've got the Random Zoya, which in real life looks slightly more purple toned. You'll know this, it is a really popular Zoya polish. It is called Caitlin. I think it has got a hint of purple in it, in my defence, but it's definitely more grey than it is purple. Maybe when I put it with my greys it looked out of place with them. Anyway, that's what it looks like on the swatch wheel. In real life, perhaps a touch more purple than it looks on this video, and I am going to be keeping it. I do love this polish. Then these next two look very similar in the bottle again. And the first one is another essence. It's called I Lilac You. This is how it looks on the swatch wheel. It does have a good formula. I don't like the brushes on these. The other one is a Barry M, and this one is called Prickly Pear. And I prefer the brush on this one, but the formula's not so good. And this is what that one looks like on the swatch wheel. So they are very similar. The Barry M is perhaps ever so slightly darker than the Essence. And I'm really struggling with this decision, as you can probably tell. I don't think I need to keep both of these. But I think I'm going to keep the Essence because the Barry M is a little closer in shade to the next two. So if I was doing a Skittle, I think I'm more likely to go for the Essence. I actually had another look at the swatches off camera under normal lighting. They are slightly different, and for the moment I'm going to keep them both. So here's the last little grouping. I'm not going to be swatching the Holo Taco polishes because I know I'm keeping them both. I really just put them in here for comparison with the others, but none of them are particularly similar to the Holo Tacos. First one that we've got here is Wisteria, and it's by Picture Polish. Again, a little bit of ugly bottle syndrome going on with this one, but it comes out fine on the nail wheel. Just needs a good shake up. This is how that one looks on the swatch wheel, and I'm going to be keeping this one. Next along we've got another China Glaze, and this is called Left My Heart in Havana. This actually came out in a neons collection, but doesn't look particularly neon to me, but I like it all the same. Here is how that one looks on the swatch wheel. The formula's not quite so good, and I was slightly tempted to get rid of this one and keep the Picture Polish, but I've decided I'm going to keep them both. I do really like this colour, and I do remember enjoying this polish when I used it on my nails, so I'm going to be keeping it for now. You can shout at me in the comments. Then I'll just quickly show you the Holo Tacos, and this is the first one, which is considerably lighter than all of the others, and it's called Party of One Purple, or Poop as we like to call it. Then this next one is closer in colour to the last three, and this one is called Resting Witch Face. I'm going to be keeping this one as well. So that is a little similar, particularly on camera, to this Orly, but the Orly's actually got much more purple in it and is a lot brighter. I think the Orly might be considered to be a neon, I'm not quite sure. Let me know if you know. I've been looking at this Orly for a while, never got round to buying it, then found out that they were going to be getting rid of it. It has got an excellent formula, and this is what it looks like on the swatch wheel. So this one is of course staying in my collection. Next we've got a discontinued polish, a discontinued brand actually, and it's by Pretty Serious, and it's called Snugglebutt. I love the name of that polish, and the polish itself and the colour is lovely as well. It's a little bit thinner, you do need to build this one up in 2 to 3 coats, but the formula's good. And this is what it looks like on the swatch wheel. So that one is also staying in my collection. And then finally for this video we've got this Max Factor, again coming off a lot more blue on the video than it does in real life. It's a lot more purple than this. It's called Lacquered Violet, and that's what it looks like on the swatch wheel, but again, I promise you it's looking a lot more purple than blue in real life. I think the oily polish is putting my camera off for the other shades around it. Anyway, I do like this colour and I'm going to be keeping this polish. So just the 3 polishes leaving my collection for this video. I always knew purple was going to be hard for me because I really love the colour, and hopefully I will manage to destash a few more in the videos coming up, but I really don't know. I'm not going to make any promises. Anyway, I hope that I will see you in my next destash video or in one of my other videos. The end of the year is very busy for nail content, so I hope I will see you soon. Bye!